Welcome back, everybody. So, this is how I start my day. I typically start off with Lysol with either a spray or wipes, and I let it sit for a few minutes. I invite my client over and then I drape her using a clean cape, and then I'll put a clean towel over her neck. And this is the proper drape, and she be so excited, y'all. She be ready to lay back so that she can go to sleep. She loves getting shampoos. I've been doing her hair for, 4 or 5 years now. But she has lots and lots of hair, and so this step is very important. I'm just doing a little scalp evaluation. I usually try to do a little bit of detangling. It really just depends on what kind of style we've taken down. She had braids before, and I'm really glad that I started to check her scalp because after evaluating Shara's scalp, I'll lay her back and try to pull all of her hair into one direction. She has lots of it, so sometimes this takes a little while to get it into the bowl. And then, of course, I'm checking the water temperature to make sure it's not too warm before I put it on the hair. And I like to just get the hair really saturated prior to me putting shampoo in there. So what you're seeing me do now is just really saturate the hair. And again, I told you Shara's hair is super thick, so I have to make sure I separate it and go into sections. And this just helps the shampoo move smoothly around the scalp and the hair. And Charlotte's scalp is typically kind of dry. Like I said, I've been doing it for a while, so me checking the scalp at the beginning is typically a step before I figure out what kind of shampoo I'm going to use as well. So this is just a clarifying shampoo, and this is a scalp detangler, or a hair detangler, I'm sorry. And I love to just go through. It feels great on the scalp, so it's kind of like a gentle massage and a detangler. So this is an important step. I have several of them because I use them all the time. And no, I'm not hurting her. She just has very thick hair, and we come right out of braids. And Char comes every 2 weeks, so she does a pretty good job maintaining her hair. But because it's always braided and it's so thick, we just have to go section by section. Now that I have the hair good and saturated, and I have shampoo everywhere and it's semi-detangled, I like to just get in there and give it a good scrub. I felt my fingernails snagging her hair, y'all, so I had to take that right on off. So I like to go in and separate and give it a good scrub. Make sure I'm getting shampoo everywhere. As you see in the middle, her hair is thick. Sometimes it misses, and all the shampoo that I use and all the lather that you see. And it's really important that you get that hair really good and clean because, like I said, she's going into braids. So this is a part in sanitation, and it helps prevent breakage because we do a great shampoo, a great conditioner. She has a great regimen. Her hair has grown tremendously, guys, but this step is super important, and I get asked the question so many times when I'm getting ready to schedule braids. Am I going to shampoo the hair? Yes. All of my services come with a shampoo, but all of my braid services come with a shampoo, and if I'm adding extensions, I supply that as well. I just find that makes it a little easier for me and for my client because sometimes they get hair that I really don't like. So now we're just going to go ahead and rinse it out, and then you have to just make sure that you rinse it. And like I said, Char's hair is super thick, so I always have to go in and add her shampoo in sections. And I usually use 1 pump of shampoo, but sometimes depending on how dirty the hair is or how thick the hair is, I have to use 1.5 pumps. So I typically try to separate the hair and get it all over the scalp. And for this shampoo, it helps break up the debris on the scalp, so I like to make sure I get it all the way in and I massage it in real good. And if they have dry, itchy scalp, I let it sit for, I don't know, about 5-10 minutes, depending on the severity of their dry scalp, but she usually goes to sleep. I'm not sure if she's asleep now. I guess we'll find out. Okay, it's sat for about, I don't know, 5-6 minutes. Now I'm coming back, and the sitting just allows the scalp to loosen, and if there's any kind of flakes or anything, I don't have to scratch them up. They just kind of lift up and come out with the shampoo, so I absolutely love this. And so then, of course, you can't leave these shampoos as the last ones because they remove and everything, so I have to go back in with a moisturizing shampoo and just add all of the moisture back in, making sure the hair is nice and moist and ready for the braids. So again, I told you her hair is super thick. We have to go in and separate it, and you just have to rinse, 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 because Char has super thick hair. Okay, so now we're going in with the third shampoo, adding the moisture back in. You want to always make sure you're adding moisture, especially when you're braiding. The hair is going to be in a protected style, hoping that your client's doing the maintenance that they need to do at home, but we're doing all the steps that we can to make sure that their hair is going to have moisture and not break off with the braids, especially because we're using synthetic fibers. I love my little detangly brush, but Char's hair is so thick. I have to eventually go back to my other brush. But we're getting it detangled now. Now it's smooth sailing. This detangling is so easy. Now that it's clean, you can see all those suds. Now every shampoo I do is not this vigorous, but again, it depends on the client, the texture of the hair, how much hair they have, how hard it is for me to detangle. But guys, remember, most of my clients absolutely love this process. I have about 2% of people who prefer to shampoo their hair at home. And it's just because they've been conditioned to not getting their hair shampooed at the salon anymore when they get braids. But 98% of my people absolutely love this. And don't worry, we're going to show you how to shampoo if you don't know how. It's totally okay. And this is extra added revenue, guys. You can include this in. You can tack on an extra 20 and include the shampoo. It's so worth it to know that your client's hair and scalp is going to be in good condition while they're in their protective style. And then I do an express conditioner. Quick run through, not really looking for a deep conditioner. Her hair is in great condition. Some of my clients do need a deep conditioner before braiding, but Char's hair is in great condition. We just did a trim not too long ago, gave her a good press and a trim, so she's good. And this is where I like to give that good massage. It's like your last time at the bowl for 2 weeks, so I try to make sure that you enjoy every bit of it. Now we're gonna sit her up and we're gonna get her prepped for the dryer. Now, especially when my clients have super thick hair, but 95% of my clients go underneath the hooded dryer for about 10-15 minutes because sometimes it's just really hard to get their scalp dry. So this is a leave-in conditioner. Even though we did the other conditioner, I always use leave-in conditioner because that leave-in helps as a detangler and it's a heat protectant. So she's gonna go under the hooded dryer, and then when she comes out, I zap her with the blow dryer just to get the end straight. So you'll see that in a little bit. But here is this process. If your hair is long enough to part in fours, I just give 4 either big jumbo twists or 4 braids, and you go under the hooded dryer for at least 10 minutes. That's at the least. Sometimes their hair is super thick, and to get the roots dry, I have to do like 20-25 minutes. But this is like one of my favorite parts because I like to work smarter, not harder. So this is a lifesaver and a game changer. So this little device is a game changer. I ordered it from Amazon. I'll try to find the link and attach it. But I absolutely love it. It is just a little scarf rack that I use to hold my hair. It's beautiful. I usually prep it the day before, but Shar is one of those people where I get to do whatever I want to do to her hair. So I didn't really know what I wanted to do to it until I seen her face, and then I figured out what kind of style I wanted to give her. But I usually take time in the morning and prep my hair like this when I know that I have braids to do, and it holds lots of hair. So I'm actually thinking about ordering a second one so I can just leave one prepped with like 1 B hair because I stay braiding hair. And so I was doing something a little fun with her, so we separated purple hair first, and then we're gonna go ahead and separate some dark brown hair as well, so we can do a little fun colors for her. from under the dryer. I untwist. She was pretty dry, and I just like to put a little oil in the hair for a little extra moisturizer, and it's also another heat protectant because I'm going to go in with my blow dryer and just make sure that the hair is good and detangled and prepared for me to braid it so that I don't hurt her and we braid with ease. I love my braid. I love my blow dryer with my attachments. Sometimes I'll use a Denman brush, but for the most part, I just use my comb. It just makes everything a lot easier, especially when I'm going to braid the hair because I like the hair to be smooth. She has super curly hair. If you don't blow dry it first, you'll be using lots of products to try to smooth it out. There are lots of different products that you can use to braid with the hair, but Char's hair is pretty simple to braid, so I don't have to use anything real tough with her hair. So I'm just using some regular jam with the yellow top, or the whole container is yellow. That usually holds Char's hair pretty well. So we're gonna do what people like consider Iverson braids. They're gonna be black and purple. And she was doing so much moving with her tablet. I was just like, oh my goodness. But yeah, that piece of hair was just too thick. It was bulky when it went in, so I had to take it out and start that over. And it's okay. No one's perfect. Sometimes we gotta start over. But guys, I spent so much time tilting children's heads back. I love technology, but gee Louise, how many times do I have to tilt their head back while I'm styling because their head is down to try to watch their device? And I mean, I have a whole TV in there, but some of my teens and preteens would rather just have their devices in their hands. But anyway, so we're just doing a couple of feed-ins, and I like to do with her hair, I like to add hair around the edges because it's a little thinner. I don't have to add extra hair through all of the smaller braids, but her edges are pretty fine, so I just add the extra hair to thicken it up and make sure it's gonna have lasting ability, make it durable. I was laughing, guys, because I realized I stepped away. I had another client under the dryer, and I had to go take his clips out of his locks. So it's just a little moment of just holding on a second. But yeah. So yeah, so now I'm back. And like I said, I usually use a middle tail comb to part, and I usually use a little bit of jam along with that to make sure my parts are nice and crisp. There are lots of braiding tools that you can use product wise, but like I said, I just use jam, just the regular old jam. So we got one side down and we're on the left side of it. And I was super tired, guys. This was a very long day. I usually try to get out of the salon at a fairly decent time, but I don't know, today I was just drained. Probably because my brain was going so much. But yeah, I didn't braid the underside. I just kind of slid it up. And Char's hair, I kind of like when we do her hair like that. Sometimes I'll braid it and I'll put braids on both sides to gather together. But this time, and again, her hair is really simple. Just a little bit of jam and slide it up. But because she's kind of rough on her hair, sometimes put a look got to be on there to hold it together and hit it with the freeze. And then I'm going to zap it with the blow dryer a little bit to just give it some lasting ability. Make sure that it stays smooth. And I love my little braiding assistant. It makes it so easy for me just to pick up the hair and keep going without stopping to separate the hair. And so here inside of this braid, well, the other side as well, is where we start adding the purple hair, which is where she gets her little highlights. And again, I get to do what I want to do to Char's hair, so it's always whatever I think of at that moment. Color-wise, I have lots of moms that just say, just do it. And I love those. Those are my favorites. So I decided again today that she's going to have purple and black hair. And then we were going to do these little iverson braids with a little twist. And usually I put jewels in there, but today we just braided them in. Yeah, something simple that was going to last her a good 2 weeks. I'm just feeding the purple hair in. And by the way, I have locks underneath my braids. I just decided, hey, let me try to braid over my locks. And they came out just fine. My little peekaboo 613 in the back. I see the color peeping through. And that braid assistant is bomb.com. Really shouldn't be bending over like this, but it's too late because I'm watching the video with y'all. I should definitely be pumping her chair up. You know, to get one back, we have to make sure that we're doing what we need to do to keep our bodies intact. We don't get another one, and I don't want to have surgery to fix this one. So this is simple and so cute on her, and her mom loves when I do these versions of this hairstyle on her. This is so adorable. Char usually goes to sleep, so I'm excited when she brings her technology to the salon with her, because that means she's going to be woke for me. So, as I'm wrapping up these cornrows before I put on the foam and the head wraps, she's going to go under the dryer for about 20 minutes. And the mousse that goes on there is to just kind of crispen it, make sure that there are no flyaways. It just gives it a smooth, finished, polished look. And I don't think you get to see me dip her ends on the video, but we do dip her ends, and I just smooth the hair out at the end. But I absolutely love this little baby. She's one of my faves. But yeah, I just put a lot on there and just smooth it up. You gotta kind of make sure you work it in so that it doesn't flake up, and you have to make sure they stay under the dryer long enough so that the product doesn't flake up. But hopefully through this video you got to see how I prep my clients and keep them safe, and try to keep myself safe as well. and just make sure that we're keeping the best hygiene and sanitation throughout the whole product, throughout the whole service. I don't use the same capes on anyone twice. I make sure that I put all my dirty soiled products into my dirty laundry basket, and I do my laundry every day. So this was our demo. I hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see you soon to see what you can do.